I have no need to really keep track of the days, you know. I mean, as far as, you know, what day of the week it is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Come on, with my job, the only thing that I ever really, like, sort of try and remember is what day is trash day, you know, when's Tuesday coming up. And I put my trash out last night. Today's Wednesday, but for some reason they came and got my trash this morning. I don't really know why. Maybe yesterday, because it snowed, they didn't come. It's the only thing I can figure out. I obviously put it out on the wrong day because I was looking at the weather, because I kept hearing about, like, oh, we're getting 12 inches and all this shit, and it's Wednesday. So I lucked out as far as that goes. I like having the beard off, you know. That was a fucking drag. That razor, I didn't want to spend the 40 bucks on it, but it's money well spent. I'm a dandy. I need to get tea. I wish they sold a paint scraper in here. I'll just go home and make a paint scraper. You know, that's another thing I did in the military, was metal work. Should be easy enough. No paint scraper in the dandy. I gotta go use the restroom, as they say. Now, the last time I was in here, I checked. They did not have a glory hole, but somebody might have put one in since then. That was a few days ago. You just never know. Let's see. Do we see a glory hole? No, it looks the same. You know, when I'm in here and I'm leaving, I never, ever touch the doorknob. Am I a germaphobe? No, I don't want shit and piss on my hands. I'll take a paper towel, you know, and do it. If this thing works. Oh yes, it does work. I sound like a germaphobe, don't I? Hardly a germaphobe. I couldn't give a shit about most shit. But this shit in a gas station, it's essentially what this is. No thank you. Well, okay, I drained my main vein and I put the inchworm back in my pants. So one important thing that you need to know if you're gonna do this, you're gonna use this to open the doorknob, is you just sort of let it fall on the ground as you're leaving. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if I put it in the trash, then I gotta do it again. I'll never get out of here. So that's why they have people working here. So watch this. You grab the doorknob with the paper towel, you turn, you're free. No poo or pee is on your hands. Simple as that. I keep wanting to buy this pair because they're amber, right? But I hate the orange rims, so I'm not gonna buy them. Now I'm in here, I am not buying Red Bull. I'm gonna try and give up Red Bull. It's the truth. Giving it up, getting the monkey off my back. Hopefully they have tea, and they do. Even here, right, it's pretty cheap. Sometimes it's $2.50. They don't have the sale up. But that's cheap. I bought, at the pizza place down the street, I bought 4 or 5 small ones, I think. It's like $13. It's like, the price is really inflated. I'm looking for Pepsi 1889 or whatever it's called. I think they don't sell it here anymore, so I guess I'll have to get a Stewart's root beer, which is a quality root beer. One thing that I do like that Dandy started doing is they stopped just putting your stuff in bags automatically. Like, once they got it in the bag, I take the bag, but if I'm someplace, I can say don't bag it, you know, because there's no reason in kicking a tree, even though you are kicking a tree, even when you're getting the plastic bags. So, you know, Walmart overbags everything. they will put one object, one thing, in one bag. It's such, you know, all the millions of Walmart stores, you know, they do not give you the option of, you know, they don't sell like canvas bags like grocery stores do. Walmart should do that. Maybe they do and I don't see them, but, you know, it's not going to be a problem for me, but it's going to be a problem for anybody that's 30 years younger than me. You know, the environment. And with Trump in office, it's not going to get better. He's made that very clear. He rolled it back, all those environmental things that Obama did. That's going ass backwards. I vote Republican. I didn't vote for him, and I'm seriously doubting never voting Republican again. That shit that Obama did for the environment was good. That was a good thing. That's for the future of people when we're not around, when I'm not around. You know, but he doesn't fucking give a shit. He doesn't give a shit about the environment. Oh, and he doesn't care about elephants after all. Did y'all see that in the news? This guy says one thing, turns around 2 months later, and does the complete fucking opposite. It's really horrible. It's horrible. You know, it depresses me that we have this guy in office, but the way that it's looking, it's a mudslide. It is. Serious shit's gonna happen, and I'm sure Trump is getting well, he's already drug into it. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Why anybody's still backing that man, I don't know. I think some people find it hard to believe that I ever voted Republican. I did. You know, there was a time when I had a lot of money on paper in the stock market. I fucked up. I didn't get the shit out. You know, I did good. My portfolio was up like over 3,000% or something crazy. I can't remember. I remember one time going into Chase and the guy telling me, like, you realize that your portfolio is up, you know, like 2,800% or something? And I said, oh, that's good, I guess, huh? He goes, yeah, that's good. It's up more than any of the other people that are coming in the Greenpoint. You know, he was trying to buy what I was buying. Now, would I ever invest in the stock market again? No, I wouldn't. Only because I'm old and I need something more stable to invest in. So what I'm investing in is myself, and how I'm doing that is by opening up other YouTube channels, because I have 14 different playlists on Peter Caine dog training. I can talk about anything. You know, it doesn't matter what I'm talking about. So if you see this, please subscribe to my other channels. There, you know, there's Peter Caine dog training, of course. I'll leave links below. This is going out on Peter Caine shops at Walmart. And then I have Caine's Wetland Skunk Ape, aka Bigfoot and Sasquatch. Please subscribe. I want to get those channels up, those two new ones, up to 1,000 so I can start monetizing them. I'm also opening up another channel. The next channel I open up will be called Dog Training by Peter Caine, and it's just gonna be dog training videos. And it's gonna have different playlists on it, and each playlist will be like sit, hear, heel, and it'll be a lot of videos on those subjects. So you could go there, it'll be like one-stop shopping. It's free dog training videos. I think that this is the way to go. If I would, you know, I think it's ridiculous for me to think that, like, you know, one of those channels, Peter Caine dog training, could just be taken off at any time. I have 4,000 videos, and YouTube is totally into, they've made it very clear. They have made it very clear that they're into family-friendly only. So, there's a very good chance that my channel is slated for removal. That's what I think. Everybody else is getting their shit removed. Why would I be the exception? So on the new channels, I'm being more cautious about what I say. You know, I probably won't use as much profanity, although that is sort of the way that I talk, so I find it sort of unfair. I think, honestly, this is what I think. I think that YouTube should have the sort of same community guidelines as ABC, NBC, CBS, prime time, but they don't. Theirs are stricter. The internet is stricter than just regular primetime TV. It boggles my mind that that's the case, you know, that's what's turned into YouTube. You know, it's just, all they want is family friendly. You know, all this, you know, it was happening before Logan Paul, of course. But as soon as Logan Paul did the video of the dead human hanging from the tree, you know, that, I wouldn't have done it. It seems disrespectful. It does. It seems disrespectful. That's not a Bigfoot. That's a human. A Bigfoot is like, I'm a farmer. I wake up, I see one of my cows passed away, and I go take a video of it. That's the same thing as going to a meat packing plant and taking a picture of a side of beef. Or I honestly think this, that like, say, this is how ridiculous I think they are. Say the Rocky movie where Rocky's punching the side of beef, right? That might be too much for YouTube. Seriously. You have a dead animal and you have somebody punching a dead animal. That's too much for YouTube. They couldn't handle one of my Bigfoot videos that, they couldn't. I put it out, a few days later it's being, you know, removed. You know, I don't know. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna invest in myself and I'm gonna diversify. I'm gonna have many different channels. Probably after Dog Training by Peter Caine, I'll open up a channel that, I don't know, what my next one, cooking? Like I said, this is a 120, 30-year-old house, something like that. I can't remember. But what I need to do is today, I'm going to try and get all the paint off the walls in this room and just get it down to drywall. And then I guess I'm going to re-mud it because it looks like the mud, because this building didn't have heat in it for years. All the paint's popping off in this room and any existing like mud. That's what it seems like. It seems like mud's coming off of the drywall. So I'll skim coat it or something. I'm gonna do this and train Bowser. Now, if I had 2 dogs here, I wouldn't be able to do this. But the whole key is organization and taking breaks on this. And when I take a break on this, then I go work the bows. So my plan is to have this room completely done, finished out in 30 days. And this is like the main room that I like to sit in, and it's the roughest looking room. Oh, other than the kitchen. The kitchen will be next. And the kitchen, once again, that's a lot of cosmetic stuff. I have to put up a tin ceiling where I already had the tin ceiling up in here. You know, like here, I need to do the walls. I need to refinish the floor. All the old linoleum's up on this floor. All I need to do is sand it. That's the plan, to take this old wood floor, sand it, and leave it old, kind of shabby chic looking, polyurethane, but cleaned up. I'll show you the floor. I'll show you what I mean. See this old wood plank? I think that this stuff, certainly there's holes in it, and if there wasn't like a lot of dirt and stuff in the holes. You can see the basement. That's true. But maybe I can like fill these holes with something, or just polyurethane over, like when I sand this floor, there's going to be like wood dust that's going to go in there, right? If I just polyurethane over the cracks, I think it'll look fine. I remember being at Camp Holy Cross, some of the cabins were sort of like that. It was old wood floors. They were plank floors and they had holes in them, but there was like coats of polyurethane over it, so it really didn't matter. This is just sort of a dark spot. That's all it'll end up looking. One other channel that I was thinking about doing was home repair, because there's so much. I put the roof on the back part of this house a few months ago. I can do some stuff. Not like my neighbor Dave. Both my neighbors, Dave. Not like them. But I can do some stuff. I'm not afraid of power tools. I have a background in welding, plumbing, and art, of course. So I can do some stuff. I'm not as good as some friends of mine do this for a living. You know, a lot of people that go to art school end up doing this kind of work for a living. It's the last thing I wanted to do was anything like this coming out of the Navy. I was done with it, you know. So anyway, that's, you know, I am thinking Peter Caine Home Improvement or something. I want to be invested in YouTube. That's it. And I want to be diversified. I want to make sure that I have channels that are making money in 10 years. Several channels. I'm not a know-it-all. There's a lot of shit I cannot do. Okay? But there's a lot of shit that I can do. And a lot of shit I can do I'm really good at. Home improvement I'm not really good at, but by the time that I'm done with this house, I should be better at it. I've done this kind of work. I've done drywall, I've done house painting, I've done that kind of shit. I just don't want to do it for a living. I'm not that good at it. This is the truth. I hate using a ruler. I eyeball everything. The roof, no, I used a ruler. I mean, this paint is just like, look at how it is. This is not exterior, this is interior. This is what happens if you let a house sit unheated for so many years. The paint will just start peeling off. My father worked for PPG, this is the truth. He said the biggest mistake that the paint companies did was like not putting lead in paint anymore. And I said, Dad, yeah, but that causes lead poisoning in children. And he said, no, I'm not talking about house paint. I'm talking about for cars, things that people wouldn't be chewing on, right? However, you know, once again, I said something again that sort of pissed him off, which was, yeah, well, what if you're refinishing a car and you're sanding it? You're sanding that product that puts it out in the air. And it was like, well, hell, Peter, you use a respirator. It's not going to really matter anyway. So it pissed him off because he knew that I was right. That causes health problems. Does this house have lead paint? No. No, it doesn't, which is real strange because it's so old. I don't know what they did. Like either they didn't paint. It was very poor area and they didn't paint for years. And then when they did paint, they didn't use lead paint. I haven't found any in this house, which is fucking weird. Or all the lead painted stuff was ripped down when I did the first gutting, but there is really no lead paint in here. I did a test of a bunch of it. It's just regular paint. That's why this shit doesn't stick. It's latex. It's latex, and then the expanding and contracting, that's why it's popping off the way that it is. This room will look great when I'm done. The house will look great when I'm done. And then by that time, maybe I can figure out something. I'm not doing the outside of this house. I will finish the roof. I am not going up high on a ladder. I'm too old for that. I'm going to have to pay somebody to do it. If I break my neck or break my arm or break my leg, I can't work. So it's not worth it for me to put this. I'm missing siding at the top of the house, you know. Whoever put it on, it wasn't that long ago, supposedly, but they didn't do it right because up around the soffit and everything, it's coming down. Some years back, I called somebody to ask them how much it would be to fix that, and the guy only wanted to give me a like an estimate on redoing the whole thing because the siding's old. It's sort of that point where it's old and it's getting like moss growing on it, which I can take care of that with bleach. I'll spray the building with bleach, but it's missing maybe at the top. We're missing about 8% of the siding on the house. So I just want to replace that. He gave me an estimate of 10 grand to do the whole house. Now, does that sound outrageous? No, but 10 grand to me, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of cash.